Hello everyone, and welcome to Tabletop, the channel dedicated to all things trading cards and board games. This show and the following content was made possible thanks to viewers like you who supported us through buying singles and products from our website, www.tabletop.ie, or our card market account. If you want to show your support in other ways, then please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get on to the episode. Welcome back, Team Tabletop. Today is going to be our first installment back into the world of Magic the Gathering Arena, and I'm very pleased about this. Keldheim is just 8 days away. We already got our bundles and everything, but today we're just going to get ourselves back into the game. I've been using a couple of deck lists that I found off the internet to more or less familiarize myself with the brand new meta and new cards inside the standard at the moment. And between the two of them, big ones include the Mere Rogues, which is prevalent, but the most prevalent that I've saw is the Gruul Aggro deck, which has been seeing a lot of success recently, and I just want to show you guys how it's played, because it does take a little bit of guessing work now. I was playing with a deck that wasn't as efficient because we were running just mountains, forests, and everything else. You really want your Khazad Dûm Mammoth to have the option of having extra lands. You really want your Shadow Skull Smashing to have a removal spell as well as that. I've seen some people run the Shield Breaker in order to go well with the Edgewall Innkeeper. Plus, the one to destroy target artifact is amazing to the mirror matchup, because you'll be able to destroy things like the Great Henge. And now this deck list was made by, let me have a look here, Terrence, apparently, on January 3rd. And this is the deck list that won the Keldheim Championship qualifiers by Christoph Prince. And it's a very unique kind of deck. A Crone War I never thought was going to see a lot of play, but so many new combinations. Everyone has so many ideas in their side, which is amazing. But let me tell you what the main goal of this deck is. You're going to want to use your Bushfire Elementals, save up your Fabled Passages in order to get more activations on the Bushfire, along with the Khazad Dûm Mammoth. Then, when you grow the Khazad Dûm Mammoth, you'll be able to play your Great Henge, probably on turn 4. And that's quite a powerful play. The only thing I have about this is that it doesn't have a lot of removal spell. We have our Bone Crusher Giants, which is a staple. Everyone knows that. Scavenging Ooze is pretty good in this meta when you're against like rogues. Although I've contemplated putting in like Torment's Crypt or something in order to exile our graveyard. I think we can exile our graveyard with that. Let me have a look. Crypt. From target players, yes. I was thinking of using this just so the rogues, just to screw over the rogues, because the rogues only have Drown and Lock. Drown and Lock is great. Some people run, didn't say please, but all of them run Drown and Lock, and you want to get rid of that option for them, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, there's nothing much to say about this. It's a general aggro deck. There are some big brain plays with the Mammoth where you can get out your Great Henge. Vivian's here. Vivian isn't too bad. She lets you play stuff at the top of your deck, but she also gives you a tree body in order to go wide instead of the long game. Fiery Prophecy, you think, well, it's actually used quite a bit now. I've played this a couple of times, only one copy of that in the deck, but it's a really good tech to have against like opposing Bone Crusher Giants or their Mammoths. Just many ways in order to remove them. And I think this is one of the better ones. The only reason why we don't run anymore because we do have Bone Crusher Giant, and the deck is very optimized as it is. It's very hard in order to put in anything else. But with all that out of the way, let's get into our first game. 2 Edgewall Innkeepers as well. Not terrible. Contemplating what the best chain of events is. I think we played the Crag Crown Pathway green first, get out our Edgewall Innkeeper. Turn 2, play our second Innkeeper, and then turn 3, play out a Lovestruck Beast or Bone Crusher Giant, depending. We could just do the 1-1. I think that might actually be the better move to have here, because we'll bait out some of the removal spells with the 1-1. Opponent's playing green, Stonecoil Serpent, not bad. We're just going to play our very juicy mountain here. See, I'm trying to think what they're trying to do here. I'm 90% sure this is going to be an aggro green deck as well. And people who run Stonecoil Serpent Usually have it for the 1/1 counter, but it gives them reach, trample, protection from other things. So they usually run it with a... what's the name? Gem Razor, I believe? Yes, giving it more... giving it a 5/5 reach with trample is it's quite strong, so you want to get rid of that as soon as possible. Oh, aren't you Mr. Fancy Pants over here? Oh, will ya look at that? Will ya look at that? I can do this all day. Do this all day. Play a Gazoon. Pew! Okay. Opponent plays another one. They play their Mammoth. Oh, this is funny. Okay. We could make a 5/5 body. But I think what we want to do is get more draw power, because we need to refresh our hands. Like I said before, this deck is great, but doesn't have a lot of draw power. So I think we're just going to keep this in case. Because I kind of want to keep it for the utility of the Shatter Skull Smishing. Whether that's a good choice in the long term, I'm not too sure. Alright, Swarm Shambler. So what Swarm Shambler does is whenever we target something with a spell that has a 1/1 counter inside it, they get to create a 1/1 insect. Okay, that's not too bad. It's actually really good for us. So we play one of these. Grab ourselves a Fabled Passage. Activate this. Then watch the madness be... oh, well, we gotta get 2 reds. There you go. Now watch the madness begin. Lovestruck Beast, I think, is the play to make. Or we can use the Bone Crusher Giant and then force them to remove it and take some life away. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Just gonna keep it like this. See, the Emperor Shieldbreaker can also destroy the Stonecoil Serpent because it's an artifact creature, but I want to do something about this Shambler first. Because if we keep targeting it, it's not gonna end well. Ooh, opponent has a great henge. And I'll eat the 5. Because we have a great henge as well. And we know our opponent is running red. So we don't have to be fearful of our great henge getting destroyed. What we have to do instead is we need 1 more mana. We don't want him getting ahead with the great henge. So we'll remove that. Tap it for life. Go ahead. Destroy the henge. And now what we're going to do is... there's no way to play the Shieldbreaker along with one of our Lovestruck Beasts or Bone Crusher Giants this turn, which is really sad. So let's draw some cards. I can't believe they let us off with so many freaking Edgewall Innkeepers. Removal wise, I'm guessing they have Primal Might, along with Ram True. I've seen a couple of variations of Ram True these days. Alright. Play the Forest. Attack with the Giant. Damage goes true. That's perfect. Next turn, I kind of want to play our Henge first. We could just Shatter Skull a couple of their... oh, they had a... okay, that's scary. Yes, you can have this. All right. Do 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 do. Opponent only has one card left. What is his plan? Play this. We play our Mammoth. Yes, I believe this is the play to make. We play this. Grab one of these. Play our Mammoth. Put it down. Next turn we can Fatal Passage into that. We attack with this. The opponent will be forced to trade their Mammoth. Or one of their swarms. Okay, take the Mammoth. That's fine with me. I was kind of hoping that they used the swarms, because then we could have just removed it with our skull smashing. Oh, would you look at that, Mr. 10,000 IQ over here with another one of them. Yeah, you can have this. Do do do, did somebody break your heart? Best play to make is putting on the Fatal Passage. Yes. Bushfire Elemental first, and then Fatal Passage. We still have enough for the... Yes, we do. So this is the way I'm doing it. We're Fatal Passaging. Grab some power onto the Mammoth. When the Mammoth's powered up, we played our Great Henge. With the Henge up, we played the Bushfire Elemental. Boop. Oh, would you look at that. Need more of these. Grab one of these. Pump up the creatures. We could just remove their Swarm Swabbler. But I don't think that's the play to make. Playing this to draw more cards. That's probably the play. Okay, so we'll deal 15 damage, one shy of killing them. We attack with all this. Doesn't really matter too much at the moment. We are basically ahead. Opponent drew another land. I guarantee it. Oh, would ya look at that. Top deck. And why is it whenever I'm doing a top deck that doesn't work like that? You're gonna attack with boat. Are you sure? That's genius plays over there. Actually, this I'll take that. Ooh, scary, scary stuff. Here you go. Crow and War, Armor Killer. Boom, bada bing, die. And that, my friends, is how you win in Magic. Yeah, taking off the coat. This is how you know I'm serious. Alright, we're going first. We have tree lands in hand. Tree lands be enough? I do believe so. I really wish the stupid thing puts all my lands in one side, or things that have the potential to become lands. Because it makes no sense. Sometimes you're just brazen through it, and you're like, oh crap, I actually have more lands than I thought. That should have been a capped hand. But I digress. Oh, red. What are you playing? What are you playing? And what are we playing? Take a damage. Let this enter. See how opponent responds. Because it could have the Spike Hazard, I believe, which does 1 damage to target creature. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Kind of want to bait that out as much as possible. That just means there is less of them to... It means that there is less removal spells for our innkeepers when we do draw them. What to do here? We're against mono red aggro. So what we want to do is to outvalue them. Yeah, getting a 5/5 body on the field I think is the best play to make. It protects us, as well as gives a little bit of board advantage, because they can't get through the big wall. And since they have Robber the Witch on the battlefield, I don't think they're able to remove quite a bit of our cards, because we are equal in hands now. And I can't remove the Robber. The only problem is... Yes. We could have Crow and War to grab the Hardened Forge, which I think is the play to make. I kind of want to keep this as a removal spell, but we do have the Bone Crusher Giant, so we don't need it necessarily. I think the best play to make here is pay our tree life, grab the Crow and War, get the Annex, then attack. Oh, there we go. The 1/1 has been removed. And yet another Crow and War. Okay, well we have to be a bit careful. Actually, that was a bad play on their half, because if I attacked with Lovestruck Beast, I would have lost the Beast next turn due to the Crow and War. What I can do now is I can steal their Robber and do 5 damage. Huh. I don't think that's the play to make. It's funny, but definitely not what we're meant to be doing. I believe the correct sequence of events is to destroy the Robber the Rich. Do this, pay the tree life, to get the Bone Crusher Giant out. Attack. And this way, when our turn goes over, Annex will kill himself, and we'll get the 2/2 tokens. 2 1/1 tokens. It doesn't matter if he does it now, because he's still on our side of the field. Unless he destroys the Crow and War, which would be very sad. Oh god. I misread that. Each tapped creature deals damage to itself equal to its power. Huh, that's odd. Alright. A Crow and War to grab the Torbrand. If we grab the Torbrand, I believe we'll have lethal next turn. With the Ember Cleave. Now we can attack with the Bone Crusher Giant. They can block with the Annex if they want to. They give a 1/1 token that cannot block next turn, which is what we want. We want them to not have defenders. Plays the Bone Crusher Giant. Attack, we have 5. I do believe that is game. Wait for blockers. Play the Cleave. And that's game. Of course, mono red players, this is what you get. This is what you get. A very kind of hand. Opponent is probably playing some sort of rogue deck since he has the Lyris of the Dream Den out. There are a couple of variations to this. I've seen mono white aggro with the Lyris. I also see, but more likely we're against rogues. With rogues, we kind of want to get a Scavenging Ooze as soon as possible, or get as many bodies out as soon as possible. I think that this might be an okay hand to have. The Monster's Advocate is something we don't really need. We want early plays, but having 2 removal spells is probably good for us as well. But I'm just probably saying all this because I don't want to mulligan. I hate losing 1 card. Okay, opponent, what's your plan? Oh, real original. Who would have guessed that you played rogues? Right. We're not going to be able to play the Shadow Skull smashing fast enough, which is really sad. We need 2 red sources. It's really unfortunate that we drew a Great Henge instead of an actual red source. Opponent's going to force us to mill one when they attack us, which is fine. We can deal with that. And they took the cleave. How dare they? Alright. Bushfire Elemental would work. But I think Bone Crushing this thing is a lot better. Because they still don't have enough to drown the Locus. Because we only have 1 card inside our graveyard. Didn't say please or something that costs 2. They can also have... What was it? Negate? No, Negate is 3. It's the one that only costs 2 mana. I can't remember. 2 mana. Another Wind Robber. Okay. I'm too sure opponent knows how to play this deck. You're not meant to mill my cards. Suppose they did want to draw something, so maybe they're just looking for answers now. Could play the Bushfire Elemental. If I play the Bushfire Elemental, we'll get a 3/3, which won't be enough to bring the Great Henge down to next turn. If we got a Lovestruck Beast, that would have been great, or even one of our Mammoths, but at this point in time, I don't think that is the play to make. Hopefully we can draw into another red source and use the Shadow Skull Smashing for 2. Destroy a couple of their things. For now, I think it might be best for us to play our Bonecrusher Giant to go on the offensive, because the longer this game lasts, the more cards go into our discard, and the worse it's going to be for us. Put a Heartless Axe, that's fine. Making them lose all their removal spells. Boom. Will you buy your Lyris now? There we go. Okay. So we got another red source. It is a very expensive red source, and we only have 1 more Shattered Skull Smashing inside the deck. To play them... Ah, freaking hell. I messed up. I should have played the Bushfire Elemental first. This is enough. For all you smart people back at home, why didn't Trent use the Bonecrusher Giant? Because he's kind of hoping that he played the Lyris first, then we can remove the Lyris. Because there's not a way to return Lyris from a rogue deck. Especially when you use up all your mana. Oh, you can't play it because you need blue. Yeah, messed up there, bro. You should have used all 3 fucking black reds there. Alright. Get rid of the Lyris. Play to make, which is... Put this down. Get the land. I think getting the... Yeah, I think the Lovestruck Beast is probably the best play to make here. Because next turn we can play our Henge. Granted, if we just got a Fatal Passage, things would have worked out the same way, but I'm not banking on a Fatal Passage at this point in time. Oh, opponent's like, hey, you know what's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. Proceed to combat. See if the opponent uses any more removal spells, because I want them to use up their mana. Nothing stings worse than a Great Henge that gets negated. Right. What is your plan? They only have 2 in here, so they can't negate the Great Henge even if they wanted to. Let's say I didn't say please, but they need 2 blue pips in order to do that. They don't have it. Do you have enough to negate this Bonecrusher Giant? I don't think you do. I don't think you do. And what am I going to do now? Will I play a land return? I don't know. Why am I talking like this? Because I'm a special man. Okay. If we put down the Kazoo Mammoths, we'll have 4 total damage to deal next turn. They have a couple of things they can flash in, but I don't think that's a concern for us. I kind of want to keep it just so we have more draw power with the Great Henge, so we're just gonna pass our thing for this turn. Oh Jesus. Destroy target. Why would you destroy the bushfire? Granted, if you destroy the Bone Crusher Giant, you'll take damage. But the Lovestruck Beast was... well, I suppose destroying the bushfire means that the Lovestruck Beast can't attack anymore. Touché, opponent. Touché. What are you gonna do about this, though? What are you gonna do about my mammoth? Nothing. That's what you're gonna do. Absolutely nothing. I want to keep this as a removal spell. We could play the Vivian this turn if we use a Fatal Passage. But I think it's best to hold the removal spell, especially in this kind of matchup. Alright, it's a good thing we held off then. Next turn we can Bushfire Elemental. Guild Enforcer. Won't be enough. End the turn there. Of course. And the opponent blows up. Blows up. Probably a mono red player, judging by the skins. Oh no, he has a blue bear. Giving mixed signals here. Opponent goes first. We have 2 lands on the draw. 3 lands. God damn it, I really wish these were like a little bit easier to see. Opponent's also playing some sort of mono green aggro. Alright. And we don't have our Lovestruck Beast to counter him. That's unfortunate. They have a Scavenging Ooze. No? Go ahead. But I can punish you for using that ooze. A bit too early. Pew! Right. What are you gonna do? Play a Lovestruck Beast. Attack. The play. What is the play? It's a good thing we have a few more lands in hand here. The play to make is probably to play the Mammoth this turn, in case we draw into a Great Henge next turn. But more so than that, if the opponent plays a Great Henge, we're going to be able to punish them because we have our Shield Breaker here. Granted, I could have just played the Bone Crusher Giant in order to get an extra card, but I don't think that's... I think we have enough of a curve here in order to work with. It's not the most concerning thing just as of yet. Opponent plays a Great Henge along with a Scavenging Ooze. It's fine. No blocks. Take the damage. It's fine by me. It's fine by me. Boop. Destroy this. I think the play to make here is play our second Innkeeper. Put in the land until it's untapped. Play the Shield Breaker to get 2 cards. And hopefully draw into our Henge. Well, I mean, Fatal Passage works as well. Opponent's gonna block with our 1/1. But the 1/1 isn't a creature. Well, it is a creature, but it's not a permanent creature. Oh, of course, you have a second one of those inside your hand. What's the play? You can take this, but if I give you this, you're gonna get a 4/4 ooze. Can I eat 5 damage? Can I eat 5 damage? No. I'll give you the use. Mm-hmm. Right. A lot of thoughts going on here. We can play the Bone Crusher Giant, but that won't be enough to do anything. I think that has to be the play, though. We have to draw our cards and do a solution. Alright, Lovestruck Beast, you're a bit late to the party. Play a green source, like so. Then we're just going to have to end our turn there. Put a stop before combat. Because if he doesn't play a extra 1/1 creature. Okay, there we go. He's moving to combat. Prevent the oozes from... Well, prevent the Lovestruck Beast from doing anything. First of all. So now he can only attack with the ooze. One, two, so he can turn to a 5/5. Which we don't really want him to do. We could offer him a tray with our Mammoth and the Bone Crusher Giant. If we do this, he plays another one, it becomes a 4/4. I think this is the play to make. There we go. Because if he plays a second one of these guys, he just has 2 greens left over to eat our graveyard. And he has an Ember Cleave, because of course he does. Oof. Them damages. Them damages. Crone War. Pretty good card to get at this point in time. We're gonna have to a Crowan War. Stupid ooze. Play our second Innkeeper. We need a land return. Because we are running a bit empty here. Could attack with the Mammoth, force him to trade one of his beasts. Opponent just says go. Alright. The opponent plays a 1/1 this turn. It's fatal to him. Because he doesn't want to attack this turn. Oof, why are you doing all this? Why are you doing this? You're going to be forced to attack next turn. Oh, Jesus. Aw, Jesus. Okay. Play one of these. Play one of these. I should have played the Bushfire Elemental, then the Veiled Passage, and then we could attack for more damage. Oh well, you live and you learn. Do I have enough to find lethal here? That's the question. That is the question. Play the Lovestruck Beast. Hopefully we draw into our solution. Great Henge would be great right now. No henges. Sad. Attack with this in the Mammoths. Yes, we'll offer this trade. No. Probably just to use. Probably just takes damage. Alright. Do you have another Ember Cleave? You do not, and that's game. Okay. Oh wow, had that in the bag. 100%. Was not winging it the entire time. We are currently on the draw with 3 lands. 1 remove, 2 remove spells, and a Lovestruck Beast, and a Great Henge. How can things go wrong? Opponent plays an Innkeeper. Alright. We will answer your Innkeeper with our Lovestruck Beast. If they played the Emberot Shieldbreaker, or what variation of mono green are you playing? I doubt it's mono green. If it is just mono green though. We don't want them drawing too many cards now. We can't prevent that. We can stop them from playing a card, or drawing a card. Take this. No attacks from us. Plays a Lovestruck Beast, draws the card because of the Innkeeper. Alright. What is our play? I would love to get rid of their Innkeeper, but I think Lovestruck Beast is probably the play to make. Because with this, we'll be able to play our Great Henge next turn, and we can follow it up with a few other things. Just gonna leave that there. I don't want to trade Beast. Opponent has a Fabled Passage. Oh, they're also playing Gruul Aggro. Alright. Well then. My god. They had a better opening hand than us. This sucks. This sucks. Alright. What am I going to do? Play it like this. We're gonna have to crack it now to get the Great Henge. Or we're not gonna be able to profit from it like they did. Which is really sad. Plays in our Forest. Do you have any cards? Proceed to combat. Attacking with everything because you have a freaking Embercleave, don't you, you piece of crap. Alright. So 12 plus 3 is 15 plus 1. 16. Can't do much about that. I don't think attacking with everything was the best choice though. Removes their Innkeeper. Yep. Plays the Embercleave, of course. Attach it to the Lovestruck Beast. Boop. You're a monster. How dare you? Eat the Innkeeper. 5. I only have 5. I need one more. I literally need one more mana after Shatter Skull. God damn it. So we do this for 4. It's not going to be enough. We can do it for 5. If you have this, but it has to go out in the field. God damn it. Play to make, Trent. What is it? You have to play your Bone Crusher Giant. Get some bodies out in the field, first of all. Untapped land is good, not great. Play the Bushfire Elemental to attack straight away, 3 damage in the face, 4 damage actually with the Great Henge, but that's not going to work. We need to destroy this, which we can do using the Bone Crusher Giant. So I think... But we don't have another red. Oh, goddamn. Yeah, we have to do this like this. This way, we have their attacking force for next turn. And we're not going to attack. We want these bodies to defend. Oof. If they have a 1-1, then that'd be trouble. I think that'd be game. Why would you do that? Another Ember Cleave wouldn't do much. Alright. So now they're just going to eat one of our Tings, grow to a 6/6. Not a bad play. And they have a couple of more Giants on the field. What I want to do, I can remove the Scavenging Ooze easily, using the Shatter Skull smashing, but I don't want them to draw more cards because then we'll be back at square one. So the play to make here is play our Bone Crusher Giant. No. Play our Mammoth first of all. No. We need to play the Bone Crusher Giant. Oh wait, no, I don't even have an Innkeeper. I won't be able to draw any cards. Oh no. I need to get the Shield Emberoth to get rid of the Great Henge. But how can I get rid of their Great Henge? By drawing cards. Yes, I'm set the Innkeeper I was looking for. I was looking for the stupid drawing power of the Great Henge. Alright, Great Henge, give me something to destroy that stupid Henge. You little... Alright. I mean, fair enough. Take the ooze. No attacks. One giant. 2 giants. Ga. Alright, so they're refueling. It's something I didn't want to happen. But thankfully we were forcing them to attack next turn with our Crone War. And then destroying all the few monsters that way. Alright. What is to play? Bone Crusher Giant, first of all. Castle Emberoth? No! Not what I want. Right. What do I want? Give me the card to destroy all cards, please. Fiery Prophecy. That's fine. God freaking damn it. Take this out. I would attack with the mammoth, but this thing has first strike, so there you go. What you gonna do, opponent? You're gonna block your own creature that you're gonna get back next turn? Or will you just let it happen? Taking the 6. Alright. Opponent will be forced to attack this turn. Plays an Innkeeper. Draws a card because of the Great Henge. Ridiculous. Without even trying, how does he do it? I bet you it's 10% luck. Maybe 20% skill. Definitely 15% concentrated power of will. Aight. Aight. Bushfire. It's fine. Fine by me. Good thing you don't have trample. Alright, so 14 damage. If you just move the Embercleave. Alright. We don't want to lose too many of our big bodies here. I also don't want to eat any of the damage, because I know these things are going to get destroyed anyway. I think eating 4 is fine. If they have an Embercleave of the 5, which is 10, which is still not enough to kill us. Oh, actually, they put the Embercleave on the Bone Crusher Giant. Ah! That's game. That's game. Hindsight is 20/20. Yep. Yeah. And then you'll deal 12 minus 1 is 11. I should have blocked a freaking Bushfire. Ah, it's game. So sad. It's so sad. Losing in the mirror matchup. How dare I? Okay, we are going first, and we have no red for our mono red hand. I have to mulligan this a little bit better. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands in this hand. Okay. Keeping the cleave might be a good idea. No, actually, I think removing one of our Shadow Skulls is for the best. I want to keep the Fatal Passage. Because it will work well with the Bushfire Elemental, but we need to draw a green source. Or 2 green sources. That's something, that's something. Next turn we can play the Bushfire Elemental and attack that way. Opponent is playing... Okay, I've seen the variation of this deck before. And he uses Great Henge, but I think he's playing... Galgory. I was up against one the other day like this, but it wasn't anything to write home about. Play the Bushfire Elemental. Think mountain for now. Attack this way. We can deal 5 damage to him next turn. The opponent's probably ramping up to Ugin. Just gonna have to see how this goes. Trail of Crumbs, there we go. Yeah, it's a food sacrifice deck. Alright. 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 Dangerous things to look out for is Corvald along with the Troll Feast King. Right. It's really sad I have to do it like this. Grab a second green source. Could play the Mammoth. But I think the Lovestruck Beast is probably a better play to make here. Because I want to have more body on the field, making it more reasonable to use the Embercleave next turn. So we attack with all 3, only costs us 3 mana in order to use the Embercleave. So we'll deal 12 damage with the Lovestruck Beast, but they'll probably block it. Not too sure what their plan is. Feasting Troll King? Oh, I love this. I love this. Hello there. Hello there. Hi, my name is Trent. You wanna be friends? Oh. I would, but I don't become friends with losers. Alright. Do I want to keep the removal spell in case we're against a rogue deck? No, I think the best thing to do is do it now. Because it'll be a long time before this becomes an actual payoff. So it's just going to be a dead card inside our hand. And you are playing rogues, you little monster. Piece of human excellencies. Let's play. Alright, we're going to play our Bushfire Elemental along with our Mammoth and our Bonecrusher Giant in preceding turns, or yes, preceding turns, because we want to keep the Scavenging Ooze alive as long as possible, so that when we play him down, he won't just get Heartless acted or just die straight away. This man is not making it easy not to hate him. Butter? Play the pathway. Play our Mammoth. Attack with the Bushfire. Next turn we can scavenge use one thing from our graveyard, but we're already 9 cards in, so Drown from the Lock has already taken effect now. And we don't want to... What the heck? This is a mill deck! You don't run Teferi's tutelage inside freaking rogues. At least I've never seen that happen anyway. Okay. Alright. Play Bushfire Elemental. Boop, boop, boop. Want to attack you in the face. Because we don't want him to hold up... Because we do it in his turn, we risk the fact that he has counter magic. Is that an artifact? No, it's enchantment. How dare you? How dare you oppose me? No land. Oh jeez. Oh jeez. Attack. Because he can flash in a Sky Rogue, which will become a 2/2, which can't be blocked by the Elemental. So we're fine in that front. I just want him to waste all his mana first of all so we can safely play our ooze. Start getting a little bit of value going. Okay. That is fine. Play a shield breaker. We're gonna go wide. See what the opponent can do. Does he even mass remove a spell? Extinction Event, I think, is one that can work. But we have one even. No, we have 3 evens, 1 odd. So I think this is fine. Extinction Event costs like 3 or 4 mana. Did you just steal? Alright, is he gonna keep on top? Or gonna go in the bottom? 1 top, 1 bottom, alright. What is the plan? What do you have? Oh man, Questing Beast would have been great. I don't know what's in your head. Alright, nothing. Knew it all along. We were winners at the very start, of course. Only I could have made such sophisticated judgment calls on that. Well everyone, we are back. After playing many games, getting a couple of very entertaining games, I'll have to, out. I think this deck is, it's not exactly bad. The only thing bad about it is that it has literally no draw power. You have to get your innkeepers as soon as possible. In the mirror matchup, you can go either way, depending on who draws better or gets out their aggro pieces faster. Bushfire Elemental, I think when it works, it's great, along with the Mammoth, because they both work with each other. The Mammoth into the Great Henge you've seen a couple of times during my gameplay today, which worked fantastically, because it serves as another innkeeper, just lets us draw more cards. Lovestruck Beast, I think, is one of the key MVPs inside this game currently. Questing Beast, when it's out there, it does a lot of work. So I would say that. Vivian, I think Monster's Advocate. I'm not too sure about this one, because many times whenever I draw it, I don't have the mana for it, or I'd rather do something else. So whether it'd be better as another Questing Beast or a Scavenging Ooze remains to be seen. Emperor's Shieldbreaker is actually a lot more helpful than you think. A lot of times I want to destroy things like enchantments, but can't. But when we are against a mirror matchup, it does help against the Great Henge if you're able to play around them. And it's basically useless against rogues. It only serves to draw more cards with the Innkeeper. Innkeeper, I think people don't really appreciate, or people don't respect the Innkeeper. That's the thing. They'll let it live. And I don't know why. I've seen players who, when I'm playing my cards, and then I get the effect of the Innkeeper on the stack, they'll destroy the Innkeeper, but the effect is still on the stack. You gotta destroy it before it reaches my turn, or before I play something. And you can't counter me playing something. You can counter the play, but as soon as I activate it, the Innkeeper already triggered, so there's nothing left for you to do. Other things I would like to say is that Failed Passage is an MVP. I'm not too sure I'm going to be using... I think this deck probably would be a little bit better with some Evolving Wilds, but I'm not too sure. But as it stands, having 20 normal kind of lands, along with like 4 Mammoths, 4 Shadow Skulls, it's just great. You essentially have half your deck as lands. And wow. Usually I kept getting screwed over by the variations I've been playing beforehand because I wanted to give you guys a good viewing experience, but this deck list is actually pretty decent. Having 28 lands means that you're never kind of short for it. You are sacrificing a little bit of utility because some cards that are pure value are a lot better than half land, half value. But the Mammoth just... oh wow. It just goes to show just how good some of these rares are. Oh, Shadow Skull Smashing, great removal spell. Amriria's Call is also a really good one as well. Some of these are just... Alright. That's my video for today, everyone. Thanks a lot for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and liking the video, and until next time, everyone, look after yourselves. This episode, and all others like it, was made possible thanks to the support of everyone on this list. Truly, I wouldn't be here without them, and you have my deepest gratitude. Thank you so much.